Hello, I'm Jomica, and welcome back to BrokeRock Season 3, Get Off My Lawn. It's Episode 5. In between episodes, these are the people that commented on the video. We have Joyce Snap, Quality Films, Eric Stone, and Greener Canuck. Thank you to all of you guys for commenting. I've placed the signs down for you. We'll eventually move them to kind of a more central location. Not really central, but like pathway. I'm thinking having a pathway coming from the portal out to the base there, and we can kind of line the signs along that pathway. So hopefully we get there eventually. It's going to take a little bit. But yeah, if you'd like your name to appear on one of these signs in my base to be remembered forever, be sure to comment down below and I'll get you added. So today, I think we are going to be messing with villagers. Another thing I'd like to do, I'm not really sure if I'm going to or not, but I'd like to start to fill in the floor over here because I want to put the villagers over here. I was kind of thinking on the first floor, but we have to make sure that nothing can get over here. But this is what I'm thinking for the floor. I did a little test here, and we're going to use these blocks I think all the way throughout. But in order to do that, I need the blocks, and we don't have mending on my pickaxe. So that is, I don't know, we kind of need both things at the same time. But I think we can go ahead and get a mending villager and just kind of set him up over here and keep him safe until we actually get his forever home all set up. We can adopt him from the pound and home him in our forever home over here. So we are going to head upstairs. I'll bring some carrots, and I'm going to need a lectern and all that. And we're going to try and get some librarians and try to find some mending. So yeah, I'm going to do that, collect all the stuff we need, and I'll meet you guys up there and we can try to find the villager we need. And while I was trying to find the supplies for the lectern, I realized we don't have any more paper hanging around. So I'm going to set up a few little mini farms for sugarcane. I'll do the bamboo while I'm at it. And what was the last? The kelp over there. I think I'll do that. And we'll just get a few of these set up here. Just so we can get... What is going on with that creeper over there? He flew. But yeah, I'll get those set up so we can actually get some of those items, and I don't have to farm it every time, and we can just get it into a hopper. So yeah, I'll go up here, take a little nap, make it daytime, and go ahead and get those farms set up. And I think actually first, before I do that, I will breed a villager up. Make sure we have the villagers ready to go and they can grow up, and then we can trade with them. Okay, so I made a sugarcane and bamboo farm. We need a piece of glass here, but for now we'll just put cobblestone. Super simple, nothing permanent or crazy. If I can reach down there. We have 4 bamboo and 0 sugarcane. Sugarcane's super slow, so that's going to take a while. But if we come back here, we can take a look. We just have the observer pointing in, so when it grows 3 high, it'll activate that observer, get that redstone dust down there, activate the piston, and break it into the hopper minecarts, which I never knew you could do underwater, but they are underwater. And then we got our we got our iron going still. Still pumping out the iron, which is good because we're going to need a lot more of that for the base. I also started to work on the villagers. I bred up a few before I started working on the farm so they could grow up. And I also placed a track, which I'm not sure if it's going to work because there's no powered rails. I don't know where all my powered rails went. I think I had 2 left. Let's take a look in here. Yeah, we have 2 left, which we are going to need a little bit to get up this hill. But they'll come down here, shoot off this way, and then from there they will go to nowhere. Basically just onto this grass. And I need to figure out just kind of a holding area for them so we can keep them safe and still use them, check their trades, and hopefully get Mending. And as soon as I get Mending, we can go ahead and start to build the floor of the base to give them a more permanent area to hang out. So let's go up, and we will let 1 or 2 free and see what happens. I should probably look into whether or not I should do the lectern up top or at the bottom. I think I'm just going to do it at the bottom. I'm not going to really worry about it, doing it like correctly. Worst case scenario is we screw up a villager and no big deal. As long as we're far enough away from the iron farm. Actually, I think I'll bring the villager over, but we're not going to set up the lectern until he's a little bit further away. It needs to be 100 blocks or so. So, yeah, we need to make sure we don't mess with the iron farm. But here is our first guy. Are you a nitwit? I can't tell. We'll call you good, and we'll send you off, and we'll follow you over. Alright, so he made it without any pushes or anything like that. No powered rails or anything, so that's nice. Let's go ahead. Let's get some more rails, and then I'm going to set up a little area way over here. Make sure we're far enough away from the iron farm that we don't mess it up. And I'll just put him, I guess, on top of this area that's already done. And we will have a couple villagers ready to go. I remembered where the rails went. I'm going to pick these all up. This is from last episode when we were moving villagers and setting up the breeder again. So here's all the powered rails and a couple extra regular rails. So I need these to actually move the villager to the new area. He's basically there. I have most of the rails set up, but he's not going to make it without some powered rails. And yeah, we want to get those in and get him safe. And I don't feel like messing with villagers and letting them loose. So I'm going to keep them in the cart. And I think that's the safest thing to do as far as villager movement goes. So I'm going to pick all these up, and I'll meet you guys back over. We can get that villager in place. So let's see if this villager actually makes it over there. I have the lectern, and I have a trapdoor, which I'm going to use as kind of a gate to make sure, or not to make sure, but so we can trade with him. And that should be good. He may be a little slow here, but he should make it to the next part. Oh yeah, plenty fast. He's going to go right in. Alright, you are safe inside. And now what we can do is we can place the lectern in, and I'm probably going to be here for a while. As long as this does what I think it should do. You are a toolsmith. So you linked up with the iron farm over there. That's not good. Well, I'm going to figure out how to de-link you. And then hopefully we can turn you into a librarian and make sure that these farms aren't all linked, because yeah, that's not going to be great. So I set up the villager system a little different. I sent them into the nether just to try and keep them away from the iron farm. I also adjusted the iron farm to kind of open it up a bit. Somehow a nitwit got in there. So I think, I don't know, maybe one of the villagers died or something happened. But we lost a villager along the way. So they were linking up. But this is what I've been doing. I don't have any mine carts, but I'd push this button to get one out. Looks like somebody linked. I don't think it was you. No, it wasn't. And then I would just trade with them until I got a trade I wanted, lock in that trade. I would send them into the nether. Let's just pick that up. Send them into the nether, send them along a little tiny path in the nether, and the other end would come out over there. And once they were over there, we went ahead and put them in their little trading booths. And we have 3 guys over there. One is a Mending villager, and the other, I believe, was a Silk Touch. I think they're both for 9 and 10 emeralds apiece. So one is 9, one is 10. And then, of course, a book to go along with that. This guy is Silk Touch for 9. We got a random armor, toolsmith. Did you change? No, you're always a toolsmith. And then we have the Mending guy for 10. So I'm going to get a few Mending books. We got 4. Do you not? Oh, you do drop. And then we also took a trip to the shopping district. We bought an Elytra from Jen's shop. And we bought a couple pickaxes from MysteriousPayne's shop. This one already had Mending. This already had Mending. So we'll need to mend 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 or so different items, but that's not a big deal. We have the furnace over there. The hard part was just getting the mending books. So now I can go ahead and mend everything up, and then I think we can go ahead and start on the floor here, maybe do a little bit more of the iron. We'll see. I'm definitely going to build up some of the base, and then if we come in here, I'll show you what I did with the iron farm. Just make things a little bit easier for trading if I want to go up there and trade, and to keep track of the villagers if something does happen again. We kind of opened up their little hangout chamber. It is now more of like a room sort of thing instead of just a 1x1. So they are all under there. Oh, hello. Let's go back up. Okay, or all the way down to the bottom and then back up. So there we go. We got all these guys. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 on this side. I think that's why that extra armor or toolsmiths over there. And then we have 10 cartographers in here. We could move these 2 over a little bit so they're always kind of linking up and they don't have to fight back and forth to get to their workstation. But we can mess with that a little bit later. As you can see, it's still working, and we do have the Mending villager that we were looking for. So yeah, I'm gonna mend up some of my tools, and then we can go ahead and collect the resources to go ahead and continue work on the building. Well, the time-lapse didn't capture everything, but I also added in a pathway here. And then I also kind of started on the second story over here. I just wanted to get the height right before I started to kind of get the outline. The outline is going to be shifted over a little bit, so that way we can have like gardens kind of on top of the base. So there'll be like 5 blocks kind of at the edge over in this area here that's going to be open to the world above. I guess it would actually be over here. I guess this whole side, we're just going to kind of rotate each floor a little bit every time. So eventually, at the very top, this floor will actually be 90 degrees pointing that way and that way. So it's going to kind of corkscrew all the way up. But yeah, I need to get some more iron. I started to add some of this outside of the time lapse, a little bit higher there. The iron farm broke again. I tried to make it a little better, or not better, but just so I could count villagers and keep track of them. There's currently 19 instead of 20 up there, and I think they may be linking up with this little mini village here, so it's kind of breaking it. But yeah, I've covered these guys up. They're all nice and safe, and then we have a zombie here. We named him Banana Boy, and I was going to use him to convert these villagers and then save them again and get their trades down real low. But we'll save that for another episode. I may do it in between episodes. But yeah, that's going to do it for today. So if you liked the episode, be sure to hit that like button. If you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing. And I hope to see you all in the next episode.